Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Makers of Minnesota podcast, where we talk to cool people doing cool things. And today we have a kind of a fast moving story, is what I would call it. I'm here with Hannah Perez, and we are talking about Seeq Supply, and it is a protein based powdered drink that was invented in Minnesota and really has caught on. It is a whey based protein drink, but it's pretty much unlike anything I'd ever had before. Hannah, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for having me. I am super excited to be here.
Yeah, it's super fun. So you and Ben Zaver started this company. Did you guys start it together? Did you meet in college? Give me a little bit of your backstory because I know you're from Sioux Falls.
Absolutely. Yeah. So both me and Ben both graduated from Mankato State. And he was actually an engineering student. I was a marketing student. But we both happened to work up at this agency together. So we worked at the same marketing agency, Social Butterfly. He was an intern and I was full time. So we met there originally. And his internship was only about 3 months. So we got to know each other for those 3 months, and that was really it. So we were just coworkers for the time being. And then I remained full time at the marketing agency. And then as time went on, this was about 2020, fall of 2020. I was now in Minneapolis and in the office working at this agency. And Ben came by. I haven't seen him in a year probably at this point. He came by with these samples of this protein powder, and I was also waiting for my opportunity to really unravel this entrepreneurial spirit that I
Sure.
have inside of me and figuring out where I can put all of that effort into. And when he came to the office with this big idea, I was all in on it. I used to work at a supplement store. I'm big into fitness. It all just aligned so perfectly. So that's how me and him started the company together. But he was working on it for about 6 months prior to having me join on. So he was working, trying to find the right manufacturer to formulate this product, and ended up coming with the final samples to me. And that's when I started to join on board.
Okay, so he's at home, like during the pandemic, it sounds like, kind of in his parents' house, trying to formulate this protein powder. And by the time he came to you and sought you out and he had this sample, was he looking for you to help him with marketing, like, or did it just organically happen?
Yeah, just organically happened. At the time, he was just subjecting friends and family to taste tests to see if this product was even something that would be interesting to people. And I was just very gung ho about the idea. And I just offered my help right then and there because I asked if he was working on it with anyone. He wasn't at the time. So it worked out perfectly.
Okay, so just can you give a little backstory about the product? Because most people think of protein powder as either powder or shakes or smoothies. They a lot of times have a milk basis to them, so they're kind of milky, a little thick. And then other plant-based protein powders, I can't even describe the texture of those because they gross me out so much. They're sort of like drinking this, it's thicker than milk by a lot usually, and sort of gelatinous kind of. I can't even describe them. They're so gross to me. So we are like in this weird milky space, and then your product comes along and it's blue raspberry and watermelon and lemonade and fruit punch and fresh. Tell me like how it is that you're making this product so different.
Well, that's exactly it, Stephanie, is we have all been used to these thick, milky protein shakes that a lot of times when people are drinking them, they try to chug them as fast as they can to get them down, and then they're done because they know they need the supplement of protein, but they don't enjoy the experience of it. And that was the thing for us, that's the problem that we sought out, was this is clearly a market of people with this problem of drinking protein and collecting dust on top of your refrigerator. I think a lot of fitness people can relate to that, of you have your supplement stash and you just don't even drink half of your protein because it's not something you look forward to. So our protein is different in the sense of when you shake it up, it doesn't create that thick milky texture. It's more like a juice rather than that. So it's almost comparable to a Gatorade, but packed with 22 grams of protein. So it allows us to create cool flavors like you mentioned, blue raz, watermelon, mango pineapple, and all the other ones.
And this is like obviously to create something that tastes great, it's amazing, but we're in this protein sphere. of people deciding that they want to have more protein. Some people, like, I'll be honest with you, I know it's important to eat protein, but I'm just not a eat handfuls of meat kind of person. And it's hard to get the amount of protein that you need, particularly too, like trying to base it, figuring out, I want the protein, but I don't want all the calories. So how does that work? I don't want all these sugars. So you
Hmm.
guys really have hit on something. And when you look and you read your story online, it sounds like Mark Cuban's son was into this. Can you tell me how that sort of all transpired? Because you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
just
Let
keep
me
this
give you
on
a
the
little
shelves.
background for sure. So when we initially launched, so we knew we wanted to launch with two flavors. So our initial flavors were mango pineapple and strawberry splash. We originally had no idea how long it would take for us to sell out these units. Luckily, we had Ben's parents allow us to store 4,000 tubs of protein in their living room. Basically took over their entire house. They had boxes downstairs. The entire living room was a shipping station. And we didn't know when we were going to see the inventory actually leave that house. We definitely didn't expect it to be in 30 days. So our initial marketing plan right out of the gate was to start on TikTok and tell the story. That's when in 2019, 2020, that's when a lot of people were going viral on TikTok for no reason at all. So we knew if we just were consistent and posted content every day telling the story, it is a cool story. We just kept reminding ourselves of that and figuring out ways to get people's attention. So we started going on the street of Minneapolis and sampling our product. No one's heard of this protein that's like a juice before. So when we had these juice-like protein samples on the street, people were mind blown, and we just started filming those. So that was our initial plan, was tell the story through TikTok, and we gained virality through those sampling videos at the very start. So through that, we knew we needed to come up with another content idea because we didn't want this one to run out. So we started the journey to Shark Tank, and we were running all of our TikToks through Ben's account. He is the face of the company. So we really just went in on a person rather than a brand and showcasing the content through that. And it just seems more genuine and relatable. So we started the Journey to Shark Tank series, and the initial plan was actually not to go on Shark Tank or do anything like that. It was just really getting people to recognize Shark Tank and then listen to our story about how we're
Yep.
getting there. And that Journey to Shark Tank series caught a lot of traction, and enough traction to get the eyes of Jake Cuban, Mark Cuban's son, got his attention. And we randomly saw an order come through for Jake Cuban from Dallas, Texas. Didn't think anything of it at first, but then I got a FaceTime from Ben. He ended up Google Earthing the address to see what this house looked like, and it was in fact Mark Cuban's house.
Sure.
So we then were trying to brainstorm, how are we going to get Mark Cuban's attention to at least acknowledge that he bought it or tried it. This is a crazy endorsement right now in the first 30 days. We need to get this attention somehow. And the day that Ben was script writing for making this video, we got tagged in a video from Mark Cuban trying our product. And at the time, we were actually nearly sold out. I think we had about 500 units available, and those went right away. But if we would have had inventory the day that Mark Cuban posted, the website traffic, according to website traffic, it would have been a six-figure day easily,
Wow.
just for his endorsement if we would have had the inventory.
So this is cool for so many reasons, but here you are. You're a fairly new marketing graduate. You've written this plan. You utilize this brand new sort of platform of TikTok. You had to have been really integral in planning and thinking about how to position this product. And we talk about entrepreneur stories all the time, but behind every great entrepreneur is a great marketer. Are you
Indeed,
proud?
yeah. Oh yeah, as far as like what I've been waiting for, I knew, so let me give you a backstory, I guess, on me too. I was going to school originally to be a elementary education teacher. That was my original plan. And then I ended up changing my mind a million times and realizing entrepreneurship is the path I want to take. And what's the best thing that an entrepreneur needs to sell a product, and that was marketing. And that's why I chose marketing as my degree. So I wanted to learn everything about social and how people, like how psychology affects people's purchasing decisions. So that's really my role now, but I will give my hats off to Ben and being an engineering graduate and how much he knows about marketing and storytelling and how to get people's attention through content is something that for me and him to be able to work together and bring ideas together is a beautiful partnership in the sense of he's got some really good ideas as to how to implement them through content and social. And I'm more in the aspect of like email and SMS and customer support and customer experience and how everything kind of works holistically. So it's a great pairing. And I absolutely love being able to grow this team and be able to jump ideas off of our now growth marketer that we have on our team, because now it's not just me and Ben, but it's a family of marketers really is what we're building, is just a big marketing agency for Seeq.
Yeah. And it's super cool to think about how you guys are doing this. So how many people are on your team now?
So now we have 5 full-time people, but currently in the warehouse, I think there's about 6 people right there, back there, just part-time workers, which are really just Ben's younger brother's friends and younger sister's friends. So it's really just like a family operation in the warehouse right next to me. So yeah, 5 full-time people, which is mainly all marketing, and then we have Will, Ben's younger brother, as our warehouse manager, managing all of the fulfillment.
And you are fulfilling orders as fast as you can make this product, it sounds like.
Basically, yeah, basically it feels like we're just continuously playing catch up and trying to be able to stay in stock.
And at some point, someone's going to come after you, some other whey isolate protein person, because either A, they're going to want to learn how to make this formula, or B, they're going to want to buy you because then they don't have to learn how, they can just start it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys thought about that in the big picture? And is that the ultimate goal, to sell to someone eventually?
The ultimate goal, I think, would be to get acquired eventually. I think there's so many ideas that we have yet to implement where me and Ben have gone back and forth on that, definitely quite a bit, because we know we haven't even touched the surface of all the ideas that we have yet to do. So giving that ownership away is kind of a scary topic. It's our baby that we've created, right? And
Well,
giving that
that
away
and
is hard.
you're probably not really even close to maturity. So would you sell too soon, or, would it be valued too low for what the potential could be? Like that's in a product that catches fire like yours, that is a real concern. Um
100%.
and also, like, I gotta believe it's being a really fun ride.
It's been incredibly fun to be able to think of concepts and ideas and then see them come to life, and then to have other people talking about them is a very fulfilling thing, especially as a marketer, because we talk about all these ideas and we throw a bunch of them at the wall and see what sticks. And then a lot of them take a lot longer than you think to actually come into play. Like I've been working on a campaign to release some recipes for our product basically since October. And it just takes so long to see things actually come out into play. So it's been the most fulfilling projects I've ever worked on, is definitely within this company. It's incredible. And it's also, to go back on your point on the clear whey aspect and other people coming out with it. That's one of our biggest goals right now, is to be basically the White Claw of this protein. And when you think of clear whey isolates, clear juicy protein, that you think of Seeq. Just like the same way when you think of seltzers in the alcohol space, you think of White Claw, because they are the one that's really bootstrapped and started the whole thing for all the other seltzer companies. So we're really trying to be as fast to market as we can. So it's another thing with the ideas that we have, being able to choose the ideas that are the most important right now is definitely a hard one as well, because shiny object syndrome in the stage of growth that we're in is a very serious thing to talk about. And a lot of entrepreneurs, I think, get stuck in the shiny object syndrome and then choose the wrong things to focus on. So that's definitely becoming more prevalent in the business right now as we continue to grow, is a lot more shiny objects are coming in front of our face. And it's really saying no is one of the things we need to be really good at right now, rather than saying yes.
Yeah, and you have first mover advantage, and you'll only have that for a limited time. So
Mhm.
being able to maximize that. I'm so glad you took the time to speak to me, because I'm so excited about your story. It's a really cool product. It is originated in Minnesota, and I just am thrilled to see every time you guys post about how, you filled up the next warehouse or you sold out of the next protein flavor in such a quick time. I just get a little tickle inside because I'm so proud of you. I don't even know you,
Thank you
it's
so
just like,
much.
oh, look at these kids go. This is awesome.
We appreciate that so much. Yeah, I feel like oftentimes we're too focused on what's happening in the future that it's almost hard to think about what we've done and like to sit back and just say, well,
Yes.
we've actually done a lot and it feels good. And it's thank you for that. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
So where can people, I hate to ask where people can get your protein powder because I'm assuming it's online and it's sold out a lot. So do they just go and fulfill an order and hope?
Honestly, at this point, we are in stock on most of our flavors. We're definitely playing catch up as well. But you can find us on seeksupply.com, and we're actually also available on Amazon now, which we haven't made a public announcement. So this will be the first actual like announcement kind
Nice.
of, is that we're available on Amazon.
And it's SEEQ, Seek Supply. So you can find it there. I'll attach links in the show notes too. Also, I'll recommend you in a newsletter that I have coming up that will help get the word out too. I'm excited for you guys. I'm no Mark Cuban, but I am cheering you silently from my house, just thinking, oh, this is so cool. And congratulations on making a cool product and keeping your eye on the ball. There is a lot of ways I think that clear isolate protein is going to manifest itself in the coming future. And,
Mhm.
people are really interested in protein, but it's hard to keep eating enough meat, right? You just can't do it. So, how we can ingest this protein, get what our body needs in a way that's faster, easier, maybe tastier, even, the idea of
Mhm.
drinking juice versus a bad coffee, chocolate, plant-based something that has 20 grams of protein in it, and I'm just barely able to swallow it is thrilling for me. So thank you for
Mhm.
joining me today, Hannah, and congratulations. We will be eagerly awaiting to see what's next.
Yay, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thanks, Hannah. It's Hannah Perez. It's Seek Supply. You can order it online now. Also follow them on TikTok, follow them on Instagram. They're really having some great stories. And if you're a marketer, follow what they're doing, follow their storytelling techniques. The best ideas are the ones that are stolen or adopted from others. You don't always need to recreate the wheel. You just need to execute what other people are doing extremely well.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.